going on, party people? We're back with another low effort Pokemon video, and you saw the title, that's right. Today I'm going to be getting into my top 10 favorite Pokemon games of all time. I think I've talked about this in like episodes of a Nuzlocke I've done before, but never actually made a proper video about it. And before I get into everything, I just want to go over the inspiration for this video. I saw this list by this publication Dextero popped up on my Facebook feed about a few weeks ago, and I looked through the list and I couldn't believe it. I was just like, seriously? I mean, I just want to take a look at this thing together and just kind of know what we're talking about. First of all, this isn't just the main series games they get into here. They talk about like just generally the best 15 Pokemon games in their opinion of all time. And note how they say best. Okay, emphasis on that. And like, okay, Pokemon trading card game. I never played this, but I've heard it's alright. Pokemon Coliseum is a pretty good game from what I've heard. I haven't played that one myself. But like Black and White 2 at 13, you know you're in for a ride here, right? Like you just know it. The new Pokemon Snap. Has anyone played this more than once? I mean, it was good. It's a very good game, but you don't need to play more than once, really. Like no replayability. X and Y was okay, but really like, I mean, we'll keep going here. Pokemon Stadium 2. I played this when I was a child. This thing didn't like stand out really. I mean, this whole article's just like, even if you read through it, I mean, I'll link it in the video, but like, even if you read through it, it's just like, I don't know, it's almost like AI slop, you know? It's like I don't even know if a person made this. That's how like uninspired this feels. I haven't actually played this game. I'll talk about it later in the video, but yeah, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, K. Sword and Shield at number 8, like, alright. Scarlet and Violet at 7 was hilarious. That game's just busted. Platinum, okay. Yeah, really good game, sure. Pokemon Go, which is like, I mean, it's a huge phenomenon. It still is a very popular game. I can't really like criticize that too much. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, like the easiest Pokemon game ever, where they just give you a Mega Latios like halfway through the game. Unreal. Fire Red Leaf Green K, really good game. Understandable. Legends Arceus, depends who you ask. I know some people love this game. And then, like, what makes me the most upset about this is that they still got Heart Gold, Soul Silver number 1, which is like fine. Honestly, like this might be the best Pokemon game, period. It is the right, but like when you have a list this absolutely unhinged, and then you put Heart Gold, Soul Silver number 1, it's just like you're just playing into the fans. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, no, it's okay because I put Heart Gold, Soul Silver number 1. You know, it's like you can ignore the rest of my crazy list. Notice that Emerald's not on this. Pretty insane. I must say, Black and White's not on this. Like, kind of a crazy list, not gonna lie. So that inspired me to make my own. Now, my list here is only gonna feature the main series games. I just kind of swiped this graph from Wikipedia here. So you know the Gen 1 games, Gen 2 games. You know, so none of the games that are kind of like branching out, like the I can't even remember the names of them, but you know, like things like Coliseum and Gale of Darkness and those games that kind of branch out. So just like the main series ones. So yeah, no, I'm gonna all the way to like Legends ZA, which I haven't played, so I'm not gonna feature that game in this list. I mean, even if I did play it, I doubt it would crack the top 10. Other games I haven't played the DLC for Scarlet and Violet, not gonna lie. I played through Arceus, Legends Arceus. I didn't beat it. I think I got like pretty close to the end though. And I didn't play Ultra Sun and Moon, which I'm going to talk more about in just a sec here. But yeah, so anyways, I'll get into my list. Now, just for clarification, this is my list. Okay, these are my favorite. I'm not saying these are the best 10 Pokemon games, but I kind of feel that way a little bit too. I'll explain my justification. So don't just jump to the end of this video and just like dislike it right away just because, you know, your favorite game is not number 1. These are my favorite games. There isn't really much like data going into this or anything. This is just based on vibes, and you know, the way I see it is, if I were told to restart a fresh Pokemon game, just on any given day, these are the top 10, right? Fresh start, fresh save file, start to finish. These are my top 10. That's just it. Okay. Now, yeah, and there is part of me that do feel like that you can argue maybe some of these are the better ones too. And I'll talk about that in the video, but just for clarification, this video is generally just my favorite. So yeah, I'm gonna get into this because it might turn into a bit of a longer video here. And at number 9, I have Pokemon X and Y. Now, I feel like Sun and Moon is a better game just objectively, but X and Y, I feel like that was when the Pokemon community was at its top. It's just, I don't know, that was just such a good time to be a Pokemon fan. I feel like, you know, I feel like a lot of the Wi-Fi features, even though they're a little bit questionable in terms of how you can, I mean, I don't know, they seem sketchy now in hindsight, but at the same time, I feel like the Pokemon culture was really live at this time. Kind of like Sun and Moon, lots of cool legendary Pokemon introduced in this. I feel like both cover legendaries are some of the best of all time in Xerneas and Yveltal. It was the first game in kind of 3D. It was still kind of on a grid format. And, you know, they did some really cool stuff. I like being able to rollerblade around like you see on the screen right now. There was some really cool stuff going on in that. I guess Mega Evolution as well. That's another big thing. We recently see that make a comeback in Pokemon Legends ZA. And this game started it all, you know. There were some really awesome legendary or Mega Evolutions introduced in this game. Mega Mawile is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. It was just really, really sweet being a Pokemon fan during that time. There's just so much hype. It feels like all of my friends in real life were playing it too, and we'd battle and trade and stuff. It was a really good time. Now, granted, I was like a young adult when this game came out, and I definitely had time to play these games quite a bit. What kind of docks it is the game is hella easy. I mean, if you get a Mega Lucario halfway through the game, and I know you don't have to use it, but I don't know, you shouldn't be able to like just be given a Pokemon that busted, you know. And for me, what makes a Pokemon game good is making it difficult within reason, and I feel like you'll kind of see the games in this list kind of in that order a little bit, where we got some easy games near the bottom here, and yeah, no, I got X and Y here. I feel like it's a good placement. You know, we're kind of looking at some older games at this point, because, I mean, spoiler alert, I'm not going to see, like, Sword and Shield on this or anything like that, but X and Y was a good time. This is a game I have replayed quite a few times. Again, it's a little bit easy, but hey, it was cool, and the 3D sprites for the first time was neat. There were some cool Pokemon introduced in this generation, of course, and you know, we see Greninja, one of the most popular Pokemon of all time. It was a good time to be a Pokemon fan, so I look back on when X and Y was current quite fondly. I feel like that was just, it was a good time, and they were good games. And yeah, that's why I have it rated at number 9 here. Now at number 8, I have Pokemon Red and Blue. And yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. When this game came out, back in, what was it, 1997 or 1996 or whatever, this was one of the best handheld games, period. And I know it's a buggy mess today when you compare it to all the other Pokemon games, but there's something to be said about how groundbreaking this game was at the time. Man, the resolution of this gameplay is just absolutely terrible. Sorry about that, but you can thank IGN for that. Most of these clips are going to be from IGN, but yeah, it's this game has a special place in my heart. I don't really know what to say. I was very young when these games came out. I was very young when I played these games. I was probably about 5 years old. And I remember it being just a huge challenge just because I was 5, you know. But these games have a special place in my heart, and I've replayed them on the Virtual Console a bunch of times since then. And again, this is my favorite list, so, you know, say what you will. But I do feel like these games were very groundbreaking at the time. I mean, for the Game Boy, the regular Game Boy and the Game Boy Color, it's not like the library had that many really solid games, and these games were one of the best. Now, honorable mention to Pokemon Yellow. I feel like Red and Blue were just like, I mean, Yellow was kind of like playing Red and Blue on easy mode a little bit. Just the fact that you can have all 3 starters in a given playthrough, it's a little bit busted. I mean, as a kid, it was a lot of fun having all of those and Pikachu, and then 2 other party slots to put whatever, like Snorlax or whatever. But yeah, these games were really special place in my heart, and I have to have them on this list, really. I know they're a buggy mess. I know they're a little bit slow at times. I don't care. These games rock. You have 3 iconic starters. You got so many iconic Pokemon like Pikachu, like Mewtwo, you know, Mew, Gengar, you know, pretty much everything from this generation is just classic Pokemon that are still getting fan service today too, you know. And it all started here. It all started with red, blue, and green as well, I guess, in Japan. And again, like Honourable mentioned, Yellow. I played lots of Pokemon Yellow too. It's just, if I'm putting this list together, I would have put red and blue on it just because they're a little more difficult. And you know, Pokemon Blue version was the very first game I had. I started with a Blastoise just to be a little bit different. And yeah, no, it was a good time. So yeah, Pokemon Red and Blue at number 8. All right, and at number 7, I have Pokemon Black and White. Yeah, and we're at the point in the list where I feel like these are really good games, you know? I mean, I think there's an argument that Black and White could maybe be a bit higher, but I don't know. I got a number 7 on my list. That's just where it ended up. I knew it had to be in the top 10. It's a very good game. Again, I was about 18, 19 when this game came out, and it was a cool experience playing through this while all my friends were playing through it too. It was, again, just a good time to be a Pokemon fan. I really liked the risk they took in having only new Pokemon throughout the main playthrough. I'd love to see a Pokemon game do that again. I thought it was really bold, and I think it only worked because they introduced some really good Pokemon in this generation, and they balanced the typings pretty well. The story was great, just the whole storyline with N. It was a very good game to look at as well. It's a very visually appealing game. It's a little bit darker as well, and it was just a good time. I feel like the Nintendo DS Pokemon games are kind of at their peak. Well, I guess the whole generation was kind of at this peak. There's just really good games on the Nintendo DS, and this is one of them. And the lowest rated one I have on this list, amazingly, on the DS. It's a really good game in its own right, though. I can't really dock it too much. I just feel like there's just 6 more games I like better. It doesn't mean I don't dislike this game at all. I recently bought it in Japanese so I can play through it, because when I was in Japan it was just like a little bit cheaper, but I have lots of good memories of this game. I found a shiny Pharaoh Seed. I found a shiny Zebra Strika that I couldn't catch because I didn't have any balls for some reason. And yeah, and I mean, I'm recording this during the Baby Monochrome championships, and it's just like, or Baby Monochrome championship, Baby Monochrome tour that I'm covering on the YouTube channel. It's just like so cool seeing so many Gen 5 Pokemon like Mindfu, like Volibee, like Fungus. It's a good time, you know, and don't really have too much more to add. It's a good game, has really good music too. Lots of room for exploration too. I think you'll notice that in the rest of the games on this list. Lots of exploration in these games. And Pokemon Black and White are no different. So yeah, I got Black and White at number 7. And at number 6, I got Pokemon Platinum. An honorable mention to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. They're not going to be on this list. I just went with Platinum because it's very much the definitive version, in my opinion. And this is a solid game. I've replayed this game so many times, I can't even mention. And this is the definitive Gen 4 experience, which is a little bit sad because they came out with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and it was just garbo. In my opinion, those games were awful. They will not be on this list, but Pokemon Platinum definitely will be. Great music, tons of exploration. Giratina Origin, the cover Pokemon, very cool Pokemon. And they just improved it. They've kind of sped up a lot of the clunkiness of Diamond and Pearl. I've only played through Pokemon Diamond once, and that was just to do the Arceus glitch. And after playing that, I can pretty safely say that, yeah, if you want the Gen 4 experience, you're playing Platinum. I mean, there's really much more to say beyond that. It's a very good game. Yeah, no, really cool Pokemon introduced in this. I don't really have too much more to add. I mean, it's a good time. I mean, you can see all the cutscenes on the screen here too. I feel like Distortion World was so groundbreaking. I remember the first time I played through that, it was just like an acid trip. I was like, where am I? What is this? It was, honestly, I haven't seen Pokemon really do much like that since, I think one of my just like biggest moments of playing through a Pokemon game is doing the Distortion World stuff and trying to figure out the physics and all of that. It was a good time. And yeah, I got Pokemon Platinum number 6. All right, a little bit of a hot take here. I got Pokemon Crystal at number 5, and this is entirely nostalgia. Entirely. This is the game that seriously got me into Pokemon. I played through an honorable mention to Gold and Silver. I mean, Gold and Silver, I feel like Crystal's just the definitive version of those two. You can put those two in this place if you really want. But the Generation 2 games, this is my childhood. I played these games so many times, and I've replayed them so many times on the Virtual Console too. I love them. I always will. It's so simple. It's so straight to the point. It's so nostalgic. I feel like the best shiny animations are in this game too, oddly enough. That's just kind of how I feel. Just so many memories, like the first time you play through Whitney, or the first time you take on Whitney, the first time you take on Lance, struggling against Lance if you pick Typhlosion as your starter like I always did. It was, I don't know, it's just entirely nostalgia. I love the music in this game. I love the little cutscene sequences you have with Suicune. I remember that always got like my heart rate going when I was a kid. It was just, these games are just great, and they just made what made Red and Blue and Yellow really good even better, and in color. And I know it might seem like a bit of a high ranking, and I'm not saying this is a fantastic game by any means. Same with Red and Blue and Yellow. It's just, these are my favorite games, and this just happened to fall at number 5. I mean, in some ways, I feel like I could have put this at number 1, really. I mean, this is the most important Pokemon game for me, without a doubt. I've gone through so many AA batteries just playing this game on my Pokemon or my Game Boy Color back in the day. It's a great experience, and I don't know, maybe younger Pokemon fans don't have that same feeling about this game, but I'll always just cherish this game. And even just watching the gameplay as I record this, like, I want to play this game again. I mean, I'm playing through Crystal Clear right now in a Let's Play, and it's just, I don't know, this is my comfort food, man. This is my game. And yeah, I've got it at number 5 on this list. Alright, and at number 4 I have Fire Red and Leaf Green, and I think we're at the point in the list now where I can say these last 4 games I think are all the main contenders for the best Pokemon game. Honestly, I feel like if you are trying to find objectively the best Pokemon game, it starts and ends with these next 4. And I could have had Fire Red and Leaf Green a really, really higher. I really do enjoy this game so much. I mean, it just made what made Red and Blue awesome, like, even better. It's just really good. I love how they expanded it with the Sevi Islands too, just having a little bit more content in there. And I don't know why I don't have this game a little bit higher now. Like, I can't really think of many knocks to it. It's just preference, right? These are really good games. I've found them a little bit tough to replay, except for on an emulator, because these games just sadly haven't been re-released since the GBA. They're not on any kind of virtual console or anything, which, if anyone from Nintendo's listening to this for some reason, make that happen, please. It's been way too long since we've had the Game Boy Advance games on anything other than the Game Boy Advance in a legitimate way to play it, rather than on emulator. And these games awesome. Like, if you've never played Fire Red Leaf Green, you have to. You have to. This is the Kanto experience. This is the best way to play through a Kanto game, hands down. With it, like, no question. These games are pretty close to perfect. I don't really know what more to say. It's a good time just having the original 3 starters. You can get Mewtwo in this game, I think, right? Maybe not. Maybe you can, maybe not. I don't know. Can't remember. It hasn't been too long since I played through these games. I'm not gonna lie. Outside of playing, I guess I played these on a randomized Nuzlocke on the YouTube page too. But these games rock. not much more to say. I mean, the music is classic. They really just made those Kanto games just even better. And yeah, it's number 4 on my list. And at number 3, I have Pokemon Black and White 2. Now, in a way, I'm kind of surprised I don't have this number 1. I have said before that this is my favorite Pokemon game, and that I think in some ways these could be considered the best Pokemon games. I mean, there's tons to do. There's tons of exploration in these games. The Pokemon World Championships or Pokemon World Tournament, whatever it's called, PWT, I think. Yeah. That's a fantastic part of this game too. There's so many Pokemon you can catch in this game. The graphics, this is as good as the DS. I mean, and it's as good as the DS games get in terms of graphics. Just really good stuff. The whole plotline with Kyurem is really cool. It's a really good story. And again, I think this is a serious contender for the best Pokemon game. It's up there with the other 2 that are ahead, and Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green as well. It just made everything that... I mean, there was just something about, like, playing through the Unova region again, except now you have access to all of these old Pokemon. I remember getting, like, Riolu early in a playthrough and just being like, what? I can have a Lucario through this whole game? I think a Growlithe on the same route? Like, that was so cool, I thought. You know, it kind of felt like what they took away from us in Pokemon Black and White and then giving it back, and they've really, really changed the experience here. And, you know, it's kind of like with Diamond and Pearl into Platinum, you're kind of playing through the same game a little bit. But with Pokemon Black and White versus Black 2, White 2, totally different experience in my opinion. The plot's different, the Pokemon you run into throughout are different. I mean, it feels like in some ways the only similarity is the region and your starters. It's totally different experience in my opinion. I played through these games a bunch of times. I'll always play through these games, honestly. It's a really, really good time. I feel like the difficulty in these games are just right, and that kind of goes for all 4 of the top 4 in this list. I feel like the difficulty through your first playthrough especially is a really important factor, and this game does it pretty well. It feels just right in terms of what you want out of a Pokemon game. That's about all I got to say. This game's fantastic, and I feel like it's a little bit underrated too when people are putting together their list of best Pokemon games. Or I mean, everyone's entitled to their own favorites, right? I mean, it's subjective, right? But yeah, this one's up there for me. At one point in time, this was probably my favorite Pokemon game, but I think I'm kind of coming around to the next 2. You know, it's kind of tough to rank this ahead of the next 2 in my opinion, but I've got Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 at number 3 on this list. And at number 2, I've got Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Now I know, before you leave a dislike on this video, hear me out. I think this is the best Pokemon game. Honestly, if I'm going based on quality, if I'm ranking these in terms of which one's the best, which one's the least best, which one's the worst, whatever, this is the best Pokemon game. I recently made a video talking about what the next great Pokemon game needs to have, and you'll notice a lot of those things I said relate to Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I mean, I do truly feel like this is the best Pokemon game. They're the most complete. They have so much exploration, and just the little details, even having your Pokemon follow behind you, the events you can do, like the Shinjo Ruins event. There's just like so much cool stuff in this game, and on top of that, it takes everything you got from Pokemon Crystal and made it so much better. In fact, these feel like a bit more of a Pokemon Crystal remake than they are a Pokemon Gold and Silver remake. They did a really good job of just kind of blending those 3 games, and I do feel like this is the best Pokemon game. It's just, you know, if it came down to it and I'm starting a new playthrough and it's between this one or the next one in this video, I'm actually probably going to pick the next one just because of my own personal preference. But these games are very, very solid, and I think I am due for a replay of them, really. I don't know. I don't really know what more to say. I mean, these are another set of games I think need to come back on the Virtual Console, especially since so many Pokemon fans would have this as their number 1, and for a good reason. These games are phenomenal. So this game does win the trophy for best Pokemon game in my opinion. It's number 2 on my favorites just because I like the next game just a little bit more. That's really what it came down to. I don't really have too much more to say. I mean, these games have been praised enough just on so many different YouTube channels. They're a fantastic game. And yeah, number 2 on my list. And while I'm sure everyone's writing their hate comment on that last one, I've got Pokemon Emerald at number 1. This is my favorite Pokemon game. It's not even really a question. And again, I'm not going to say this is the best Pokemon game. I do think that title belongs to Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but I just love these games, man. I just do. I mean, just from like the first moment when you're picking your starter, I feel like this game or this generation has the 3 best starters in my opinion. Like, it's pretty crazy when you can argue that Trico is the 3rd best starter in this. I mean, Trico would be the most popular starter in any other generation, I feel like. That's how strong it is. And you get the choice of 3 fantastic starters in this generation. Tons of exploration in these games. You'll probably notice that's a running thing. I feel like the difficulty on the first time playing around is just right. Especially the 7th gym. Was it Tate and Liza? Is that their name? Totally brutal. The Elite Four I feel like was a good challenge too in this game, at least the first time around. It's pretty easy now. Like, I played it many times. And again, the Game Boy Advance was just a good time for Pokemon games. And honorable mention to Ruby and Sapphire, of course. I just feel like Emerald is the definitive version of those 3. Even though you can argue the story is a little bit different, but I don't know. Emerald is just kind of all the good things from both those games put into one game. If you're gonna play Generation 3, you might as well just play through Emerald or Fire Red, Leaf Green, of course. I feel like getting around the map is really easy. I feel like getting into the game, getting started is really easy. There's so many Pokemon you can catch right off the start. It feels like the last true Pokemon game that really doesn't hold your hand. It's just like, here you go, play the game. And I feel like that's how it should be. Graphics are great. So many cool Pokemon introduced in this generation as well. The lack of a physical special split, it's like a little bit refreshing here too. You know, it makes you think. I don't know. It's just, this is my game. You know, and when I play competitively, I'm looking at Gen 3 OU so much of the time when I want to play. Like, it's a good time. I don't know. And yeah, sure, there's quite a bit of water in like the second half of the game, but that's what really gives this game its personality in a way. You know? And little Omega Ruby and Sapphire were good games. They felt like a much easier version of Emerald. And I couldn't even have that game really in the top 10 personally. The game was just too easy. Whereas Emerald, I feel like it's just right. There's so many just classic Pokemon in this game, and this is my list. And I've got it at number 1. And again, I know I've said this so many times now. I do feel like Heart Gold, Soul Silver are the best games, just objectively, but Emerald's my favorite, and this is my list. And if you got a problem, let me know in the comments. I mean, or better yet, make your own list and let me know what are your favorite Pokemon games, because I love to hear. I love reading these kind of lists, watching these kind of videos. You know, except for that Dextero article. But yeah, no, Emerald's my number 1. And there you have it. That's my top 10. Now, maybe I can just roast some of the games that aren't in this. I mean, yeah, again, Yellow is just kind of like an easier version of Red and Blue. So, I mean, I'm not trying to dock it as a game or anything. Same with Crystal being more of a definitive version of that, and Emerald being a more definitive version of Ruby Sapphire. Fire Red Leaf Green is solid. Platinum just being more of a definitive version of Diamond and Pearl. Black and White 2 solid, right? X and Y solid. I feel like if I had a number 11 spot, maybe Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire would get there. And you'll probably notice there's not a lot of later games in this list too. I mean, Sun and Moon made it, and I hadn't played Ultra Sun and Moon. I really want to someday though, when it's a bit more affordable. Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. I mean, they were neat for the time, haven't aged well, and in hindsight, they're pretty trash. I thought Sword and Shield was kinda bad. I don't know, it's just my opinion. The DLC was like a little bit of an improvement, I felt like, but still kinda if. I did clock quite a few hours into this game, though, I'm not going to lie. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl was a terrible game. I mean, I don't know how you make Diamond and Pearl that much worse on the Nintendo Switch of all things. Like, you could have done so much more. And just how the game looks is terrible. The chibi sprites are awful. Now, I guess maybe a big talking point is I didn't have Legends Arceus on this game, or on this list rather. It's not my style of Pokemon game. I've mentioned that on the YouTube channel before. It's a good game, and maybe this would have been number 11 actually, now that I look back on it, but it's just not my style of Pokemon game, really. Just kind of the more action-oriented Pokemon are just not my style of thing, which is also kind of a knock to Scarlet and Violet as well. I didn't play through the DLC as well, but I will say I do like the Paradox Pokemon. That was probably my favorite part of Scarlet and Violet, was some of the Paradox Pokemon from there. And I haven't played Legends ZA, and honestly, I'm probably not gonna. It doesn't really look like, again, like Legends Arceus, it doesn't really look like my style of Pokemon games, so there's my little justification for the rest of this list. And anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, sorry, but this is my list. What can I say? And I've been wanting to make this video for a while, so there you go. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.